Okay, we're ready. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our eLotus webinar today. My name is Donna, and I'll be your host and your moderator. For over 2 decades, eLotus has been your trusted source of TCM continuing education. We offer the largest selection of online CEU courses with over 3,000 CE hours. If you are new to eLotus, remember to sign up for an eLotus account today to receive a free 1 CEU course as a welcome gift. This offer is valid for new accounts only. Okay, let's stay connected. If you love TCM and you want to be the first to find out about our okay, it stopped working. If you want to stay connected and stay connected with us, catch us on Facebook and Instagram. All you need to do is search eLotus and then you can find our page. Please follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our Facebook. We also have our eLotus Gold Pass. Our Gold Pass gives you unlimited access to all of our online CEU courses that are offered in English. So we have some that were previously done in Chinese and we voiced over and subtitled it in English, and you can't get these great videos anywhere else. So becoming a Gold Pass member will allow you to access these courses as well as receive sponsored benefits from our sponsor Evergreen Herbs and Helio. And this weekend, we have our next upcoming live CE webinars with Reagan Archibald. On Saturday, we'll be reversing thyroid disorders and autoimmunity with the 3-4-5 method of healing. And then on Sunday, we have healthcare on purpose, 3-time your practice, profitability, and personal growth. Registrations are now open, so you can visit elotus.org to sign up. Today's webinar is Intro to Healthcare on Purpose, and the purpose of today's class is for Reagan to give you an idea of what to expect for this weekend. So it's jam-packed with a lot of great information, and we are really glad you guys are here. So let's give a big warm welcome to Reagan. And Reagan, you can go ahead. I'll stop my PowerPoint here, and you can go ahead and share on your end.
Awesome. Hey, welcome everybody. Really good to be here. Donna, so nice to see you. Wow, I can see my face back there. Creepy. There we are. So I will share mine PowerPoint and we'll jump into this. But as we get started, how many of you would say there's been some big changes in the last year in your practice? I mean, depending on where you are, I'm sure that if you raise your hand in the chat box, let's get some dialogue going here. But what has been the biggest challenge for you in your practice right now? Because I'd love to help you see that there's just an incredible opportunity out there, and we're going to cover that today. So it's great having you here, but let's just think about what our biggest challenges are, because whenever there's a huge challenge, there is just as big of an opportunity waiting on the other side. And so 2 things that we're going to learn today, by the end of this, if you think about where you're at now, by the end of this, I'm going to show you this intro to healthcare on purpose. I'm going to give you a little intro to functional medicine with comprehensive blood chemistry for thyroid conditions. And I'm going to show you how that flows into maximizing your profits with 3 purpose-driven profit centers. So these are going to be this is going to be an overview, but just with what I share with you today, by the end of this, you're going to have more confidence, more clarity in how you can grow your practice, and you can do it without even seeing a patient physically. Obviously, you'll want to do it virtually, but or telemedicine or Zoom is just incredible. But you're going to learn how you can put these things together. I'll show you some of the results of our clinics, how we've been navigating the new environment post-COVID. I guess we're still kind of in it, but I'm going to show you some opportunities that you have that you may not even have realized. So stay tuned, and as I go through this, feel free to ask questions. And I'll do my very best to keep on track. And Sally, you asked, will you talk about Hashimoto's? Yes, I will, just a little bit today and a lot on Saturday. Okay, so once again, eLotus, Donna, Tina, Sam, the whole crew there, really appreciate you guys having me back. I think this is my 8th year or yeah, I believe it's my 8th year, maybe 9th year. So what an honor to be asked to come back. So always happy to share. So let's jump in. So number one, how many of you are actually doing thyroid lab testing? How many of you are looking at patients? So I'm going to share with you a couple of the secrets when you're looking at pathways. And Sally, you just asked about Hashimoto's. And so we'll talk about that, because one of the reasons I'm here today is because I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's almost 25 years ago. I was in college. I was at the University of Utah, and just kind of midway through my pre-medicine, and I wanted to go into medicine. And I just suddenly got really sick. I noticed that I started to put on weight. I got tired all the time. I was achy. I always felt kind of fluish. My brain was in a fog. It worked at night between about 7 and 9. And all the doctors at the U, they just said, hey, everything looks good. Your labs look normal. It must be from stress. And I said, no, I don't think it's stress. I grew up on a farm, so I was used to working hard and long days. And so it was something different. And finally, I went to a naturopathic doctor, and the naturopathic doctor ran the correct labs and said, oh, as a matter of fact, Reagan, you've got Hashimoto's. We looked at my thyroid peroxidase antibodies at the time were right around 650. And so he said, yeah, we've got to work on your immune system. All of the glyphosate and the chemicals that you're exposed to on the farm are now starting to manifest in your body. And so he said, but if I'm going to work with you in this program, I want you to work with Tao Tan, who's an acupuncturist, because you're going to heal so much better. And so I worked with Tao Tan. I worked with this naturopathic doctor and was able to get myself healthy enough to go to Chinese medical school in Hawaii, and graduated from that school in 2004, came back to Utah and set up my practice. And now I've got 6 clinics, 5 in Utah, 1 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which I'll be there tomorrow. And we are just, we've helped over 80,000 people, and really transforming lives through some of the knowledge that I'll share with you today. So when you look at the thyroid, the thing that was getting in my way of getting help is I wasn't getting the correct tests. And so what we do with every thyroid patient, instead of playing guessing games and saying, well, you got some of the symptoms, you're constipated, you got no libido, your hair is falling out, your eyebrows my eyebrows are still pretty thrash. You can see the outer third. But all those symptoms doesn't always mean they have thyroid issues. I could, I would love it if if I got paid every time I misdiagnosed someone with thyroid conditions. I just had a patient yesterday, and I said, you're going to be disappointed, but you have great functioning thyroid, but it's your LDH. So it was actually a blood sugar issue causing these same symptoms. And so one of the things you're going to look at when you run your functional blood chemistry is you've got to add incredible amounts of value. So if you're looking at operating a practice that's on purpose, then the number one thing you want to do is add value. And the things that add value to the human brain are specifics. So you wouldn't go to a store and you want the clerk, as you're going to check out, and let's say you're buying a new shirt, and the clerk is like, I think it's around $27. And you're like, well, how much do I pay you? Is it 27 or is it $27.58? So the brain loves specifics, and the brain also loves evidence. And so we make emotional decisions a lot, but really it's that evidence-based decision that we can sort through all the emotional chaos and all those hangups we have in our life about moving forward on something important when we have the right evidence. And so I'll share with you in just a minute how we go through this process. But one of the very first things that you want to do if you're looking to expand your practice and your purpose and help a lot more people with some really incredible medicine, then you want to start running functional blood chemistry panels. And so we use Avexia, and Avexia is great. Tell them Go Wellness sent you, and you'll get a discount on your setup. But here's what we look at. So number one is we look at above optimal and below optimal ranges. So you can see this patient here. She had 21 positive findings there. Then she had 8 in the standard. So that puts her at, let's see, 21 at 8 is going to put her right at 29. And then she had 4 that were in the alarmingly high or low range. And so, yeah, that gave her 33 positive findings, and that's too many, right? We want it below 10. And so as we went through this, sure enough, you can see that her hemoglobin A1C is low. She had a lot of hypoglycemia, so we weren't surprised to see that. Her creatinine, her Boone levels were off, so her kidneys, even her filtration systems, her GFR were just, she wasn't getting the proper distributions of the right makeup of electrolytes. So her body was dehydrated. Her potassium and sodium ratios were off, so that indicates some adrenal dysfunction. Her CO2 was down. Her anion gap was up. So once again, no distribution of energy in the body. So this is where the chi, you put the needle in, the chi is just not moving through in the appropriate way. Her iron was high, her ferritin was high, so her body was having this storage issue of iron, which also caused tiredness. And then her total cholesterol was super low, so she could not make any hormones. And she thought, I thought low cholesterol was good, but no, not this low. This is part of why she had brain fog, because your brain loves cholesterol. Especially the LDL cholesterol, which carries the nutrients right into the brain. Her LDL looked fine, but her HDL looked really low. And the HDL is a big part of its function is to help your liver convert that T4 into T3, the active thyroid hormone. Her TSH was too low, so she was pushing it. And then we said, look, and a low TH would mean this was because she was on medication. But we looked at that and we said, yeah, the medication is pushing you too hard. But if you look at the real number, it's the thyroid peroxidase antibodies. Hers were 122. Her thyroid globulin antibodies were 2. So her immune system was completely okay. Well, I think that is that's a wrap. Donna, Sam, any words from you guys? How was that, Donna?
It was perfect as usual. Hey, you're wearing purple for Lotus.
You got it. Yeah.
Do you see yourself right now? It's
Yeah,
weird, right?
It is really weird. Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's go ahead and wrap today's webinar up. Thank you, Reagan, for a great intro and preview to what the audience can expect this weekend. We hope you guys are able to join us this weekend. Again, on Saturday, Reagan's going to be talking about thyroid and autoimmunity. And then on Sunday, it's how to build a bigger, better practice. And we hope you guys can join that.